It is my fear that the United States may be heading in the direction of accepting the necessity of living with a permanently nuclear-armed North Korea. The President of the United States has a key advisor, Steve Biegun, who is the special representative for North Korea, who advises the Secretary of State and the President. Mr. Biegun has said something that I and many other North Korea hands have said repeatedly. He said, we do not have the same concept of what it is that we're trying to achieve here. The North Koreans, based on not only my assessment, but the assessment of the U.S. intelligence community, senior U.S. military officers, a special panel of the United Nations, they have all concluded, as have I, that the North Koreans are not going to give up their nuclear weapons. So think about this, a major summit between the President of the United States and Kim Jong-un, and the two sides do not have a common definition of the goal of this summitry and the goal of the relationship that we are trying to establish. That is a really concerning thing. The second thing, absolutely essential coming out of this summit, is that the concrete steps towards denuclearization that need to be taken need to be highlighted, agreed upon, and need to be rolled out in the aftermath of this summit. In the aftermath of the previous summit, we had some nice words. We had all sorts of assurances from the President and others about what had been achieved. But as we've seen in the last 8 months or so, the North Koreans have not taken steps in the direction of denuclearization. So coming out of the summit, the President needs to have in his hand a commitment, preferably a timeline, over which North Korea would agree to carry out a series of steps towards denuclearization. It's really important for Americans to make themselves smart about this process. On the 15th of February in the Rose Garden, the President of the United States delivered some fascinating and disturbing remarks.
I'm in no rush for speed. We just don't want testing.
Now, he said that before, but what that means is that the sense of urgency that was driving U.S. policy on North Korea is gone. The North Koreans share that goal. Their goal is to put off the very idea of denuclearization permanently. He said, all we want is no testing. The North Koreans have not tested nuclear weapons and long-range ballistic missiles since 2017. In the kinetic sense of the word, there are no nuclear weapons explosions taking place, but that does not mean that they are not developing nuclear weapons, that they are not producing nuclear weapons, that they are not testing in non-kinetic ways their nuclear weapons and their ballistic missiles. They are doing all of those things. And the U.S. intelligence community and our military and international experts confirm that. At the end of the day, if the United States is to have a proper, normal relationship with North Korea, the DPRK, the requirement for all of those will be a North Korea that does not possess nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them. And I am not very hopeful, unfortunately, that the President will come out of this meeting with any more clarity than we have now.